me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
And that does it for the first half of play. Pistons lead by 12. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. We're seeing a tremendous game from Brandon Jennings.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
Outside Korver, back to Teague. Horford with the screen on Jennings. From the baseline, misses off the left iron.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Drilled from 11 feet out. Jennings has got the first basket of the third quarter for the Pistons. The Hawks trail by 14. And guys, Brandon Jennings, some people love his chaotic game. Some can't stand it. One of the more polarizing talents in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever shoot for an efficient percentage or become a lockdown defender, Kevin. He's an offensive catalyst. Pushes the action, and he'll go on scoring binges, but I think he does more good than bad with his style of play. Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Here's Johnson. Passes it to Ilyasova. Now the feed to Jennings. Drills the three-pointer. Jennings has got 5 points now this quarter.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Millsap down low, defended by Ilyasova. And there's the 3-second violation.
In talking about Brandon Jennings, he has an endless bag of tricks. Keeping the ball literally on a string, makes behind the back, no look, and off the backboard passes few players would even try. That unpredictability, though, can make him difficult to check and often forces defenders into positions from which they can't recover.
These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Second is Kyle Korver.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from three.
The Hawks trail by 17.
You know, Brandon Jennings is that rare type of difference maker, a guy who can jumpstart your offense without turning the ball over. That's a valuable asset when you're trying to line up the W.
And that one's good. Millsap.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Pistons leading by 15. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Jennings against T. Jennings kicks to Johnson. 6 to shoot. High post shot. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And it's Korver off the drive. And it's Meeks with the rebound. Meeks got 3 rebounds so far in the game. The dish to Jennings. Kicks it out to Johnson. Teague covering. A fadeaway. And he overshot that one, missing.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
Jennings against Korver. Outside Teague. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Feeds it to Meeks. And again, it's the Pistons missing. The Hawks trail by 13. Millsap a screen. Fires it up. Korver. Korver's got 13.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
The open shot by Johnson. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. And the Pistons lead by 13. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Teague kicks to Korver. Pass to Horford. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And for Coach Budenholzer, Greg, he did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clarkie won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it worked well for the Hawks.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. And it's Tolliver in for Ilyasova.
Yeah, the Pistons ended last season with a record of 32-50. They played decently enough against the rest of the East and had 23 of their 32 wins against the Eastern Conference.
Teague dishes to Korver. 6 on the shot clock. Splitter. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Splitter's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
And Detroit last season against the East played well for stretches. They couldn't find that consistency to climb the ladder in the East.
And they had a lot of changes going on. Tons of transition for this group. But let's face it, they did play well down the stretch. A lot of wins against playoff teams from the East. And went 500 against Eastern playoff teams in their final 10 matchups.
Back to Teague. That's short off the rim.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Meeks passes to Jennings. Morris with a screen on Teague. Pass to Meeks. This one for 3. And again, it's the Pistons missing. The Hawks trail by 12. Now Teague. Morris with the rebound.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
He kicks to Meeks. He feeds it to Tolliver. Now the pass to Morris. This is to Jennings. Jennings with another miss. Hawks have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Korver kicks to Teague. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Teague's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Cephalosha with it, and Jennings picks him up defensively. And here is Teague. From 8. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. The Pistons making a change here. Pistons leading by 8. Morris a screen. Jennings dishes to Morris. On the wing, Johnson. Back to Morris. Oh, trying for it. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. And here's what the Detroit Pistons schedule looks like. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Here's Mack. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Kicks it to Millsap. Morris is there. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. And it's 8 points for Paul Millsap. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Paul Millsap was signed by the Hawks in 2013 to replace the outgoing Josh Smith.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good swap for him, Kevin. They got a great deal on this contract, and, he was due for a nice raise this summer, and well, that's a win-win.
4 on the clock. Johnson for 3. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 4 assists in the game. The Hawks trail by 9. Millsap sets the pick for Korver. He passes to Millsap. He dishes it to Korver. 6 to shoot. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And it's slammed in by Splitter.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
And Millsap finally getting some recognition, deservedly so, in Atlanta. I mean, lost in the crowd a bit in the West playing for Utah. He's been an all-star in the East the past 2 seasons.
And for the Hawks, they're shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Korver kicks to Cephalosha. Back to Korver. The feed to Matt. Passes it to Millsap. Cephalosha. From past the arc. Brandon Jennings with the rebound.
And guys, the Hawks even put up a 15-foot 3D billboard, basically a statue of Paul Millsap along 85 North. And for a player who's gone under the radar, his star is definitely on the rise here in the ATL.
And Meeks kicks to Johnson. No good on the triple. The Hawks trail by 7. There's a minute 34 left to play in the third. Here's Mack. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Detroit leading by 7. Morris a screen. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the third. Jennings drives in with the lead pass. Baines passes to Jennings. Baines. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Splitter with a screen on Jennings. Now the dish to Cephalosha. Feeds to Mack. Splitter sets a screen. Pass to Cephalosha. Splitter with a screen on Johnson. Here's Mack. He's guarded by Jennings. Mack, no luck.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jennings kicks to Johnson. The Pistons rebound.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
Jennings drives in. The 15-footer, good. And it's an 11-point Piston lead. Here's Mack. No good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Pistons on top. They're up by 11. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta.